Beginning our work, we couldn't imagine how the life of the British is close to biology. The national emblems, hobbies, outstanding scientists. All these aspects represent the British way of life.
We are glad to invite you to the Bio-English world.
Why do countries have floral emblems? Each emblem reflects the history and culture of the state. The choice of the emblem depends on several points.
The plant grows on the country's territory. A lot of stories and legends are connected with the plant. There are some historical facts about the plant.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is a song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that
The red rose is the emblem of England. The two houses fought for the English throne. Their emblems were the red and white roses. So that struggle was known as the War of Roses. But it ended by marriage. Nowadays you can see roses everywhere in England, even on the coins and a policeman's hat on St. George's.
The thistle is the emblem of Scotland. It happened in very old times, where the Vikings wanted to settle in this country. They came close to the Scots camps at night and wanted to kill them in their sleep. They took off their shoes so as to make no noise. But one of the Vikings stopped on a thistle and screamed. The Scots woke up and put the enemy to fight.
The daffodil is the emblem of Wales. This plant is widely spread in the area. You can see fields full of daffodils in Wales. In the Welsh, daffodil means leek. According to the legend, St. David advised the Britons on the eve of the battle with the Saxons to wear leaves in their caps, so as to easily distinguish friend from foe. This helped to secure a great victory. Today, Welsh people around the world wear daffodils on St. David's Day.
The shamrock is the emblem of Ireland. Irishmen wear their national emblem on St. Patrick's Day. It has been said that the plant was used by St. Patrick to illustrate the doctrine of the Holy Trinity. It's a small white clover with 3 leaves on the stem. The most popular hobby of the British is gardening. Most English people love gardens above all, and this is probably one reason why so many people prefer to live in houses rather than in flats. They spend much leisure time walking among their flowers, trees and vegetables.
The British take part in numerous flower shows and vegetable shows with very good prizes. Such shows are very popular in Britain. Chelsea Flower Show is held for 5 days in May by the Royal Horticultural Society in Chelsea, London. It is the most famous flower show in the United Kingdom and perhaps in the world, attracting visitors from all the continents.
The English landscape park emerged in England in early 18th century and spread across Europe. The English park usually includes a lake, sweeps of gently rolling lawns set against groves of trees, a recreation of classical temples, Gothic ruins, bridges, and other picturesque architecture.
I wanna be rich and I want lots of money. I don't care about clever, I don't care about funny. I want loads of clothes and fuck loads of diamonds. I heard people die while they're trying to find them. And I'll take my clothes off and it will be shameless, cause everyone knows that's how you get famous. I'll look at the sun and I'll look in the mirror. I'm on the right track, yeah, I'm on to a winner. I don't know what's right and what's real anymore. And I don't know how I'm meant to feel anymore. And when do you think it will all become clear? 'Cause I'm being taken over by the fear. Life's about film stars and less about mothers. It's all about fast cars and cussing each other. But it doesn't matter, cause I'm packing plastic, and that's what makes my life so fucking fantastic. And I am a weapon with massive consumption, and it's not my fault, it's how I'm programmed to function. I look at the sun and I look in the mirror. I'm on the right track, yeah, we're on to a winner. I don't know what's right and what's real anymore. And I don't know how I'm meant to feel anymore. And when do you think it will all become clear? 'Cause I'm being taken over by the fear. Forget about guns and forget ammunition, cause I'm killing them all on my own little mission. Now I'm not a saint, but I'm not a sinner, and everything's cool as long as I'm getting thinner. I don't know what's right and what's real anymore. And I don't know how I'm meant to feel anymore.
The British are crazy about cats. The British Shorthair is a domesticated cat whose features make it popular breed in cat shows. British dogs. It will take us more time when we have available to spend to cover them all. So here are just a few of our very favorites. The Welsh Corgi, Shetland Sheepdog, English Bulldog, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, Golden Retriever. Unfortunately, some of the British old breeds are endangered.
Conversation got boring. You said you'd go into bed soon, so I snuck off to your bedroom, and I thought I'd just wait there until I heard you come up the stairs. And I pretended I was sleeping, and I was hoping you were creeping with me. Put your arm around my shoulder, and it was if the room got colder, and we moved closer in together and started talking about the weather. You said tomorrow would be fun, and we could watch a place in the sun. I didn't know where this was going when you kissed me. Are you mine? Are you mine? 'Cause I stay here all the time, watching telly, drinking wine. Who denies? just the right amount of awkward. And today you accidentally called me baby. Are you mine? Are you mine? 'Cause I stay here all the time, watching telly, drinking wine. Who'd have known? Who'd have known? When you flash up on my phone, I no longer feel alone. Let's just stay. Let's just stay. I wanna lie in bed all day. We'll be
The most outstanding British scientist was Charles Darwin. His ideas helped to look at the world in another way.
English naturalist, Mr. Darwin definitely gave us all a lot to think about. Darwin's theory of evolution actually contains two major ideas. The first idea posed by Mr. Darwin theorized the idea that evolution occurs. In other words, organisms change over time, and life on Earth has changed as descendants diverged from common ancestors in the past. The second idea from Mr. Darwin is that evolution occurs by natural selection. Natural selection is the process in which living things with beneficial traits produce more offspring than others. This results in changes in the traits of living things over time.
One more British scientist, Joseph Priestley, found oxygen and proved that plants could produce oxygen. He was awarded a medal in 1773.
He placed a shoot of a green plant in a container of water. Then he covered the container and lit a candle until it completely burned out. Earlier, many had found when a light candle is extinguished in air, the same air cannot support a flame anymore. The air was phlogisticated, but Priestley was able to burn the candle again and keep a mouse alive in the air in the presence of a green plant. He became the first ever to observe the respiration of plants, the fact that they take in carbon dioxide and push oxygen.
In conclusion, we would like to remind you the main ideas of the film.
The British have their national floral emblems.
The British are fond of gardening.
The British work out a special kind of the park.
The British are crazy about cats and dogs.
The British scientists' discoveries introduce ideas which change the world's picture.
As you can see, biology has widely penetrated into the people's life in Britain.